Well, hello and welcome to NEWUP Weather News for this New Year's Eve week forecast, or I guess it would be the New Year's for week forecast. Today is December 31st. Happy New Year to everybody, and thanks so much for tuning in. We've got a big weather pattern change coming, and so what I want to do is actually dive right into this week's forecast. So you'll see the graphic up here. Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we should get some sun peaks. Tomorrow, Monday, is going to be the best day, New Year's Day, for your chance for seeing some sun. But as you can see by the temperatures throughout the week, they're going to definitely be going back to much more seasonal temperatures. So we can expect with that sun that we could get to the low to mid 30s tomorrow for New Year's Day. But then as the week goes on, we're going to be struggling to get out of the upper 20s and into the low 30s for most of us across northern Wisconsin and the western and central upper peninsula. Tuesday and then Wednesday, there is a possibility for some light snow, and I'll show you that in the models coming up here. This could be primarily a factor for the folks in the Lake Superior snow belts, but it could reach as far south as the borderland counties as well. Thursday through Saturday, looking to be partly to mostly cloudy for all of those days. And then Saturday night, late Saturday night, going into Sunday, there's a chance for some light snow. The models are not in real good agreement about that snow on Saturday night into Sunday. So I'm not going to put too much stock in it right now. Some models are taking it further south, and they would miss us completely. Other models are bringing it to where we would see maybe a couple of inches of snow. I'm, again, not too concerned about that. But we do have this temperature pattern change happening, and we also have something for you snow lovers that you may want to be keeping out for in the long term, and we'll get to that in later in the video. So we'll start with our GFS model. We're going to go ahead and roll through this, and you can see that snow that came through, actually for some of us that didn't come through last night, is working its way out of here, as you can see on the models picking up on that. Folks in southern Wisconsin and along the eastern lakeshore of Lake Michigan saw more snow than we did here in north central, northeastern Wisconsin, and western and central upper Michigan. What you might have had trouble with last night is the freezing drizzle that was really a nagging nuisance for a lot of traveling folks. I personally was out, and I can tell you that the roads were very slick last night in north central Wisconsin, in the Minocqua area, and I know that there were several crashes throughout the area. They issued the winter weather advisory, which has since expired, but that freezing drizzle was a real pain. And that might be sticking around for some of us throughout the rest of the day today as this storm system pulls away and that moisture kind of gets out of the atmosphere. So if you happen to notice that you're seeing some freezing drizzle throughout your afternoon and evening tonight, don't be surprised. That is a possibility. But as that low pulls away, you're going to notice that the moisture is going to quit, and we actually could get into some clear skies and sun tomorrow. So it's going to be a pretty quiet week, all things considered, for weather-wise. So the GFS, this is putting us right here at midnight, Tuesday into Wednesday. You can see really not touching too heavily on that snow, putting some possible lake effect snow in folks who would be impacted by northwest winds. But remember, we've talked about these isobars before, these black lines. They're really not too terribly close together, so I don't see the wind being strong enough to really drive it. Wednesday, you might see a little bit more snow with a passing weak disturbance that comes through, and that could impact our area basically north of Highway 64. I would not expect much, maybe but an inch of snow, if that, as that moves through. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are all going to be relatively quiet. And as you can see here, we talked about that snow that might be coming in Saturday night into Sunday. So this would be midnight going into Saturday. And you notice that it's still pretty far south of us. But as we get to the end of the day Saturday, that snow might be pushing up into our area on Sunday. You'll notice that the low pressure system is south of Indiana. So if this track runs true, you're going to see that this snow, the heaviest snow, is going to stay primarily across where you're seeing it here, central Illinois, northern Indiana, and going into lower Michigan and northwestern Ohio. But for us, it would bring some snow, maybe an inch or two. This does not, I don't think this is going to come together very strongly for us. At least not according to this model, and then Sunday that would clear on out of here. So that would be your GFS model taking a look at that. Now, if you want to look at the European model again, that snow is working out of here. Lake effect snow bands and that weak disturbance coming through on Wednesday. This really doesn't put a lot of that snow into into northern Wisconsin, just the lake effect snow in upper Michigan. Thursday, Friday, Saturday are quiet. And then here again, you'll notice that the low pressure system is even further south on the European model. So this would be noon on Saturday. So we may see some light snow across central Wisconsin. That means we won't see it. They may see it down in central Wisconsin and southern Wisconsin, but that heavier snow band is going to stay well to our south. And I really do think that that's how that's going to shape up. Now, that is 7 days out. Things may change. But any snow I think that we get for the weekend next week is going to be pretty minimal. Going to our temperatures, you're going to notice that it stays pretty cool. So again, going into Monday, so this would be Monday at noon and 3 p.m. You can see that those warm temperatures might get a chance to peak into the 30s, especially if you're along the lakeshore or in Marinette County and Oconto County. If that sun can get out, we might see it elsewhere too. 20s for at night. A little bit more of a warm up again on Tuesday, but then as we go throughout the rest of the week, you're going to see that warm air is going to get pushed down and replaced by colder air coming in from Canada. If you look off way to the west into the Dakotas, you can see some of those purples and pinks out there. Those are single-digit temperatures, and those are going to try and fight their way into our area over the next 7 days as well. I don't think they'll get here, but they are certainly going to try. So figure on the GFS model, mostly in the upper 20s to low 30s for highs and the upper teens to low 20s for lows. Same thing on here on the Euro. You can see we got that warm up midday on Monday. The European is not as aggressive on it, but again, if that sun can peek out, we might get some New Year's Day warmth to start our 2024. And then again, Tuesday, you might get that as well before that weak disturbance comes through on Wednesday and then kicks us back down into the 20s. And the European is a little bit more aggressive with that cold air at night. So this would be midnight Thursday going into Friday. You can see that those mid to upper teens for temperatures. Southern Wisconsin may get into some warmer weather on Friday, but for us, I think it's going to be it depends on the sun. You notice that on the 7-day forecast, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there was chances for sun every day. If that sun can get out, it might warm it up just enough. But I really think that the takeaway for your temperatures this week are going to be getting progressively cooler as the week goes on. Upper 20s to low 30s for highs and upper teens to low 20s for our lows. This week is a relatively quiet week, and we've been having a relatively quiet winter. It's strange to think that we're going to be going into the new year, 2024, the first day of January tomorrow, and that for most of us, there is no snow on the ground. Or if there is, it's very little. This may be changing. What this is just showing you how the weather patterns are moving. So as you see, Tuesday into Wednesday, you can see those lighter purplish colors coming through. That's that weak disturbance. But now I want to draw your attention to next week. You can see that there is a low pressure system that comes in off the coast of California and starts to really dig down into Arizona and southern Nevada, and you can see that those winds are getting stronger. So that low is strengthening. Those isobars are getting closer together. And as we go into the week of January 8th, the week of January 8th, you can see that there is going to be a strong chance for some really potent weather to possibly be coming through near or close to our area. So we're primarily looking at Tuesday the 9th into Wednesday the 10th. So I just wanted to show you those wind dynamics there. We're going to go to, I think I will take the GFS model and I'm going to put it back on national view so you can see the bigger picture as this comes in. Let me go to precipitation. So here we are. Again, this is today and we'll take us through the week, and you'll see that weak disturbance come through Wednesday right there. And then we go into the weekend, and then as you can see, that Saturday system, which looks like it's going to be staying to our south and our east. But then what I'm looking at right now is the storm system that could be coming through Tuesday and Wednesday of the week after next. So it'll be the 9th and the 10th. You can see as that low deepens, the pressure drops. So see how it says 990? That's the barometric pressure. The lower the number, the stronger the storm. So you'll notice that that number stays pretty low and it gets a little bit lower. And the GFS really likes to bring in a pretty decent swath of snow Tuesday the 9th going into Wednesday the 10th, and it'd be out of here by then. Going to the CFS model, which again is going to be a little bit more vague, but you'll at least see the general pattern that low is digging down towards Texas. This model likes to keep that storm further to our south and east. And this is why I said, being that it's 10 days out, it may not come to fruition like we want it to, but it's something that bears watching because this is the first storm we've had this winter that's even come close to being close enough for us. So this is the Canadian model, and we'll work through the week, and we'll get to after next weekend. You can see that that Canadian model keeps that storm pretty far south on Saturday too. But then here comes that storm. Here's Monday, here's Tuesday, and you can see this is splitting the difference. Running the low where the heavier snow band would be kind of across Chicago, going up towards, central lower Michigan, north of Lansing, going towards like Alpena and out that way. So we may be spared on the heavy snow, but you can see 982. You can see how close those isobars are together. There is the potential for this to be a relatively strong storm coming in week after next. So that would be Tuesday the 9th and Wednesday the 10th. So for those of you that are snow lovers, or even if you're not a snow lover, and for those of you that have been wondering where is the snow this winter, it may be coming here in about 10 to 12 days. I'll be keeping an eye on this situation. If this storm looks like it's going to come together and reach our area, I will be sure to put out a midweek update as we get closer to next weekend. But as of right now, I just wanted to make you aware that this storm system could be coming through and impacting our area in about 10 to 12 days, and we'll just have to see how it plays out. With that, folks, I thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Happy New Year, and like I said, I'll be keeping an eye on that storm that could be reaching us the week of January 8th. If that comes through, I will make sure to put out a midweek update. Otherwise, we will see you next Sunday for the next weekly update. Take care and Happy New Year. Goodbye, everybody. And I just accidentally closed the tab I wanted.